In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do chain stitch. Now I thought with this one I'll show you how to do it if you don't have an embroidery hoop. I think a couple of you either ended up with a faulty or it for some reason wasn't in the pack. So you can still do all of this stitching without a hoop. And it just depends on what you prefer, what you get used to. I find the hoop just holds the fabric flat for you so that you don't have to worry about the folds and manipulating the fabric. But it's equally whatever you feel comfortable in doing. So in this case, whether it's in the hoop or not, it still starts the same. We've still got our lines, we've still got our knot in our thread, and we come up at one of the points just along the line, same as what we have for the other two stitches. Now with the chain stitch, what we're trying to do is create loops, so little loops like that. So the way that we do that is that we stop the thread from going back to the back of the fabric. So we hold it with our thumb just to the left there, and we go back into the same hole that we created, or as close to that same hole that we created. And like you did with the running stitch or the back stitch, you're coming up around about 5 millimeters from the thread. Now the difference is, the importance is that you have to keep this thread behind the needle. So that's why we hold it with our nail. And we pull this all the way through, loosely, don't do it too tight. And then we get to the point where the thread can't go all the way to the back because it's being stopped by this new little stitch. Okay, same thing. Bring the thread to the left in the hole that we just created, pass the needle down and then back up, loop behind the thread, thread to the left in the hole, poke it up about 5 millimeters, and catch it as a chain. So as you can see, it's creating, as it says, a chain. All the way through. So then I'll just finish this off and then I'll come back at the end. Okay, so as with the rest of our stitching, we come to the end of the row, we simply bring the needle down. So at the end of the chain, instead of creating another chain, we just bring the needle down to finish the chain there, and then we turn it over and finish it as per the others, where we just catch a tiny 1 or 2 fibers of the fabric, bring that through until we get a small loop, and then pass the needle through that loop, which creates a little knot, and then just trim off there. And you've just created a chain stitch.